Welcome to the Game Changer 00100 show. I'm your host, Game Changer. So, yesterday, something very interesting happened when I was on the when I was in the neutral zone. I was talking to, everybody there. We were discussing various issues. If you want a better description, go ahead and check it out. Make sure you look for, my avatar in the thing. Or actually, yeah, they were using Zoom, so my avatar was there. I think. Or if not, just look for my name. Anyway, something interesting happened. There was a lot of interesting, like, sidebars in there that's worthy of making videos on. It's about a week worth of videos in there. But this is number one. This is the most interesting thing that happened. So, in the neutral zone, the host, who, the title would suggest would remain neutral, called me a lame out of nowhere. Or better yet, she said, you need help to not be so lame. So I sarcastically said, "Oh, really? How could you help me do that?" Now, I was being funny. I was being flippant. I thought that was just like an interesting thing because there's lame is so subjective, and it's really like an insult that you give people when you don't have any actual insults. When you can't call somebody too dumb or I don't know, too short or ugly or poor, when you don't really have an insult, you just kind of throw lame out there. It's like a default backup insult that doesn't really mean anything, which is why I've been getting it a lot. But yeah, that's what's used when you don't have an actual insult. However, knowing this, I asked them, "How do I stop being so lame?" And instead of for taking it for the sarcasm it is, they actually gave advice. They actually gave advice. One of them was my voice. Well, this is the voice I got, so fuck it. I guess I could use like a false, deeper voice, but who am I trying to impress, right? Um, but um, another was go help the brothers get off the block, or help the brothers on the block, or what have you, or on the corner. And I was like, huh. So basically, they think that I'm looking for their validation, and in exchange for their validation, which I can give two shits about, but in exchange for that, they want help off the block. And then somebody else chimes in, and this person said that Game Changer will be ran off the block. Because that's what they do to lames, right? They run them off the block. And I was like, wow, this is very interesting. So I can't get on, according to them. Now, I grew up on a block, and there's like a block on every block. It's a street. Every street is a block. But anyway, for whatever reason, they felt that the block would be hostile to me for being myself. That is the world that they have in their imagination. In their imagination, brothers run other black people off of their block because they deem this person lame. So a person, a black, in their world. I don't know if this ever actually happened. I don't visit every single block in the world, so I don't actually know if this ever actually happened. But in their world, it does, and this is something that they would be proud of. So a brother walks down the street and enters the block. This shit is so fucked up and ridiculous. So a brother walks down the street and enters the block. And they say, "Oh, look at him. He's lame. Let me be hostile towards him." And he is ran off, meaning he is forced to run away from that block into somewhere else. I don't know. Now, in order to be not lame, that same brother would actually have to walk on that block and help these brothers get off of the block. That they ran him off. So this shit is just so mind-boggling. Like, it's just like a fucking like spaghetti dish of irony because they want him to help them off the block. Wouldn't that be him running them off the block and into a fucking job or something? Like, this shit is so fucked up. And then just the thought that they, in order to be not lame, he would have to go onto the block that he ran off, and that he should, because he wants that not lame nigga card. He needs it. He needs that not lame nigga card. He is fiending for that not lame nigga card. That is the thinking that is going on in the mindset of certain black people. I'm not going to call them individually niggas, but niggas think this way. That is the logic that's being displayed here. So, I mean, I could fucking untangle that spaghetti all day, but I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is let people know, because I think that this is something that the dominant society, and by dominant society I mean the non-nigga society, really understands that only niggas don't understand. And I think that the dominant society, by and large, is keeping this a secret from niggas. But the secret is out anyway, so I think that niggas should know. The block is cold. No one is scared of your block. At all. Is there anything more lame than a couple of Mormons on bicycles driving down a nigga's block, knocking on a nigga's door, and asking a nigga, is he or she interested in the word or the lost testament of the Lord Jesus Christ? Well, these guys are on the block. These are skinny white dudes. Many of them are lame. But, he's not black, so I guess he gets a pass, right? Oh, that's it. They get a pass. You're giving out invisible passes in addition to invisible black cards. You're giving out invisible passes. You give a pass because this is he's a missionary, right? Okay, fair enough. So you have a real estate agent. She comes onto the block, and she appraises the home or something like that, and she's on with her merry way. Oh, but she gets a pass too, right? She gets a pass. She gets that pass because she's a real estate agent. And then the mailman, basically any utility worker, anybody putting up power lines, checking the gas meter, checking the electric meter, anybody, the exterminators, pretty much any and everybody that wants it just goes to the block willy-nilly. And y'all just keep fucking passing out passes to y'all exclusive territory that only real niggas can get into. Now let's not forget like the Korean, hair supply store owner whose liquor store you're standing in front. Let's not forget this guy, but he gets a pass, right? He gets a pass because why? I don't think that you all are giving out passes. I think that people are just taking your motherfucking passes. Each and every single fucking day, somebody's taking a pass. If there's a bus stop on your block, this is my block. My block. If there's a bus stop on your block, then anybody who catches the bus gets a pass. I'm not talking about a bus pass. I'm talking about they get a pass to stand there. And this is white, black, lame, or otherwise, Asian, Mexican, pretty much anything. Anything and anyone gets a pass. They're not asking, they're just taking it. They just walk past and take a pass. If niggas are loitering in front of a store who they gave the store owner a pass to, uh, and the people on their way to better places. Okay, so imagine this scenario, right? Imagine this scenario. So, a bunch of niggas in front of a store, right? A store that's not owned by an African American, and most certainly not owned by a nigga, right? I want you to picture that. Just a regular, non-black lane who they have given a pass to. And a guy comes in. Now this is a fat, chubby white guy. I'm talking some like fucking disgusting looking um, Tom Likas or Ron Jeremy, just some slimy, sleazy white dude, right? With a beautiful black sister. I'm not saying sister like, like this is my sister. I'm talking about this is actually one of you niggas' sister, right? And he goes in to that liquor store after he took a pass from you on your block. He goes into that liquor store and buys some condoms. Now, why did he buy condoms, you say? Well, he's going to get the blowjob from your sister bareback. No, the condoms is to protect him from the vaginal sex and the anal sex that he would be having with your sister. Or whatever you want to call it. But he gets a pass because, it's your block. Now that all of the passes have been taken because it's such a the block is hot, the block, yeah, because so much of that has been going on, and nobody in the world is taking you seriously. I mean, like people from foreign countries, first generation, are just opening up shop on your block, like without fear of repercussions. Can you imagine yourself doing that? Can you imagine yourself moving to another country, going to the worst neighborhoods and just opening up a shop? Can you imagine that? Try it. Do it in Russia. No, pick a country. Pick a non-Canadian country. And try it. But these blocks are hot, right? Only people who the niggas get passed to can be on this block. This is their block. This is their block. Don't mess with their block. You get ran off this block. You better fear my block. I got a Glock on the block. Don't come to my block. Oh shit. I hate to do this. But I mean, I think y'all need to know how the world sees you. So yes, that fat, disgusting white dude feels complete and total comfort, either, tricking on your sister in front of you, or she's simply swirling in front of you. And he has a pass to do so. Okay, so, as I was saying, Now that all the passes are being taken away, now they are coming for the final the final pass, and this is a permanent pass. This is just the pass of passes, and that is gentrification. Now, I know most of my audience knows what gentrification is, but for those of you who don't, I want you to close your eyes and imagine something. Close your eyes for a second. Actually, everybody, even if you know what gentrification is, because this is a visual, this is an audio visual field that you have to see to understand exactly what it is and exactly how hot the block is not. So I want you to imagine a white woman. Hell, just for the sake of imagination, let's make her fat. Let's make her a fat, brunette, white woman, right? And she's looking to buy property on the block. So she walks up to the property, and a skinny white guy, in a poor suit. I'm not talking about a Kevin Samuel style suit. I'm talking about a real shitty suit, right? So he walks in, shows her the place, and she said, "Yeah, this will make a great rental property. I can rent this out to a bunch of hipsters, a bunch of students. I could rent this out to a bunch of students, or a student or two, or what have you, and they have close proximity to the downtown area job market in a gentrifying neighborhood near you, right? And the markup would be great. We're going to charge his rent out the ass." And right before he says, "So do we have a deal?" And she's about to stick her hand out, and she said, "Oh, wait a minute." And she adjusts her glasses, her red rimmed glasses. She looks. She was like, "Wait, are those niggers? Are those niggers over there?" "Oh, I'm sorry, no deal. I can't. You have niggers. This area is infested with niggers." And then the skinny white dude says, "Oh yeah, not to worry, not to worry. Let me just get my body towel here." Picks up a body towel, rolls it up, and snaps it, and says, "Shoo, shoo, nigger, shoo, shoo, nigger." And that, in a nutshell, is what gentrification is. But it's my block. Oh my God. Oh my fucking God. That is how the world sees the situation. So, I'm going to fast forward, if niggerdom continues to exist, and tell you exactly what's going to happen. Okay. Until niggas understand that it's not their block because they don't own it, though they fight for it to the death, only against other black people, but that's another story. So until they realize that it's not their block, what's going to happen is they're going to get gentrified, right? And then they're going to be forced into another area. Because you can take the nigga out the hood, but you can't take out the hood nigga. So they'll be forced to another area. And this area will turn from whatever it was before into a hood. The property value of that area will go down. And it will turn into a hood, no matter what it was before. Picture New Jack City in the beginning, where they were shaving ice and shit like that, and then CMB just came and fucked it up. That's what's going to happen. So whatever it was before, it will be a fucked up place over time. And what's going to happen is the new generation are going to call that area my block. This is my block. Nobody better fuck with my block, And then, of course, they're going to have to continue to give out passes on their block, and the cycle will repeat itself. That area, or I should say, the area around it will develop. Now, I'm going to explain to you why the area around it will develop. Because what you have in these hoods is you have a money hole. The state is constantly giving money to these people chronically. And that money is used for, goods and services. And people, typically not niggas, are building industry around these hoods. The grocery store that niggas shop at or use their EBT at, somebody is making a mint off of that. Now that person lives there, not there, but he or she lives in the vicinity, and they're making big money. As well as the managers and just all the infrastructure that's built by state-funded money that's built to support and sustain niggas is making the surrounding areas wealthy. Between the plumbers, the electricians, the skilled laborers of various types, the people who are working on the roads, all the manual laborers, just to keep the houses up to Section 8 code. So, the Section 8 vouchers is paying the workers, and the workers are using the money to live outside of niggerdom and then raise their kids. Now, because they have a thriving, healthy, functioning community, it's growing. And then pretty soon, these communities grow so much, their kids, many of whom are Ivy League educated, are saying, hey, this is our block, and we want to be close to it. Now, because the economy for the surrounding areas is going so well, it's too expensive to live in the surrounding areas. Therefore, we're going to need these niggas to get off the fucking block. And once again, the niggas are going to say, oh, yeah, I'll give you a pass because you're not lame like Game Changer, so I'll give you a pass. And the cycle will continue. Now, don't think, because I can read people's mind, don't think that I am insensitive to gentrification. I'm not. If anything, gentrification for me was an eye-opener. It was an eye-opener on the fact that black communities are not only not owned by black people, they're not even rented by black people for the most part. And in some cases, they're not even Section 8'd by the black people. See, if you are a nigga on a Section 8 woman's couch, and during the day you are standing on a block, that's not your block. And it can be taken from you at any time. Not just by her. It can be taken by her at any time. The only thing that keeps people off of a nigga's block is people's desire to not be on it. So I really hated to do this, but the conversation yesterday showed extreme delusion that had to be broken in order for people to realize that niggerdom is a failed cultural model and must be revamped, or this process will continue. All right, go ahead and hit the Cash App, like and subscribe. This is Game Changer 00100, and I'm out. niggas.